What is going on? Hopefully everybody is doing well out there. Welcome back. I've been wanting to make content, but I keep finding myself getting lost in Hell Let Loose. This game is a lot of fun. So if you don't know, Hell Let Loose is a first-person shooter kind of set in the World War II era. And right now it's on Xbox Game Pass. So if you do have Game Pass, it kind of is free to download and play. And if you do want to play the game, download it, play it. It's actually pretty cool. Upon launching the game, go into basic training, and once in there, go to the practice range, and you will see that you can kind of mess around with some different things. What I would highly recommend doing is just kind of messing around with the controls for about 10 minutes, kind of figure out the different things. Might be a little different from other first-person shooter games that you kind of mess around with and that kind of stuff. So just kind of go get used to them, because it is a little bit different. Not horrible. Obviously, you're still going to have the aim, trigger, all that kind of stuff, still about the same. But what you really want to figure out is how you kind of swap to your different things, okay? So in this game, you have different roles, okay? You have infantry units, you have armor units, you have recon units, or different classes that you can be, or different roles that you can be. So one thing that you kind of notice is on the right little section there, those are the ranks I have of these different classes that I have. And I do like playing as the spotter and officer most often. And I'm going to get into what's kind of important about the game a little bit later on. But one thing that you do notice is there's a limitation on a lot of these different classes that you can be. Okay, Rifleman is basically the one class that is pretty much unlimited. Or it's maxed out at 6, but basically any infantry squad or platoon, it's kind of capped at 1. Everything else. So what is really neat about the game is the teamwork and the communication needed to kind of accomplish the objective. Okay, this is not a game for Johnny Rambos. Okay, you will not make it. I promise you, this is a game very much for accomplishing objectives and coordinating with your team. Okay, so I'll just pick a spotter here. I'll just go ahead and load in. I'll kind of show you a few things very briefly here. So on the right side, bottom right side, you can see my current weapon is the M1 Grand. Aim, shoot. So once you fully shoot off the entire magazine, you can see also on the bottom right how many clips you have. So it's not about bullets. You do have a clip kind of max that you have until you got to get like a resupply if you don't die before then and respawn. But the real main thing is probably just understanding how to change different kind of grenades and how to throw grenades. The grenades do have, like a full animation of pulling kind of the pin and throwing the grenade. You have different classes. The main thing about the different classes, they have different roles, and basically the roles that they kind of fill within the whole unit. You have the ability to put down supply crates or whatnot, depending upon your different kind of roles. So with all those different infantry, tank, or spotter type roles, you kind of have your limitations on what kind of weapons you have access to, and then kind of the different kind of abilities you have, or different things and tools that you can use. Okay, so here's the animation for throwing a grenade. So you can see like a whole full pin, pull, and throw. So just kind of mess around real quick in like basic training area, get a feel for kind of how things work, and just kind of move and switch things around, how to crouch, how to go prone, that kind of stuff. How to hold your breath while shooting is also kind of important. So you just kind of want to mess around and figure out some of that basic stuff. Now the game has 15 different maps. Each map has 5 zones. Okay, each zone will have basically like one objective area in it, and depending upon the game type you're playing, you either need to defend or capture that objective area, and it's going to be a black objective area, black circle objective area. So there are 2 types of game modes that you are going to play. There's going to be the warfare game mode and the offensive game mode. The warfare game mode, you are both attacker and defender. There will be a starting zone with an objective area that you need to capture that objective area to capture that zone. After that neutral objective area is taken, there will be an attacking and both a defending objective area. If you lose the defending, basically your team will fall back. If you capture the attacking objective area, your team will advance. So it's kind of a balance between, are you attacking or are you defending? This is where the coordination kind of comes into play. The other game mode, offensive, is one where one team will be attacker and one team will be defender. Purely, that is your role. So it's kind of like there's 3 game types within the 2 game modes, because one team during offensive will be purely attackers. The other team will be purely defenders. Okay, so depending upon what team you're on is how you will play that game, the different tactics you will use to win that said game. And the way offensive works is you will start on one end of the map and you will then progressively take over all 5 zones. And once you progressively take over all 5 zones, you will win the match. Now you have 30 minutes as the attackers to take over said, active zone. And if you do not do that, the defending team will then win. But, if you do take all 5 zones, eventually the attackers will win. Now, some of the most important things to know about Hell Let Loose, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, this game is not for the Johnny Rambos. It is very much about teamwork, coordination, and is not about your kill-death ratio. It does not matter, okay? Yes, those stats are there at the end, and, if you do good, you get better, progression within whatever class you were playing, but that is not what it is about. If you also throw down your support, supplies, or whatever your role specific is, if you utilize those skills, you will also get more XP based on that as well. So it is about working as a whole team, whether it's a squad and as the collective team, to accomplish said goal of either attacking or defending or whatever you are trying to accomplish. So the game is hella fun, but there are some issues or things I would actually like to see added to the game. And one issue I do have, a lot of people I've actually talked to while playing the game, is stability, whether it's freezes, crashes, that kind of stuff, especially on the Xbox. They've done one update while I've been playing here the past several weeks. I'd imagine they'll probably have more updates. I see a lot more Xbox people playing it, and it is a lot of fun, but they just need to improve the stability. Also, if you ever the commander, I've been the commander a few times, like I think about 8-9 times. I've only lost a match while being commander twice, but the commander role is pretty fun. You need to get to career rank 30 to be able to be in the commander slot. But the commander screen, or commander using the commander abilities, that is really buggy. So hopefully they kind of fix that to make that a lot more fleshed out, because that can be a huge problem. If you do ever wind up, getting frozen, freezing, the game freezes, or your game crashes, just go back into recently played with, find someone that you were recently playing with, try to join on them, join the game in progress, and you should be able to join back. I've heard some people have done that, and it's kind of worked for them. Now, as far as some things I would like to see added to the game, I would absolutely love to see a squad leader demotion thing, because like I mentioned earlier, the roles are very crucial. Now, the 2 most important things that can happen in the game, or the 2 most important things, is for squad leaders to put down OPs. These are your outposts. So if you hear those kind of talking, this will allow your squad a faster spawn time into the game. And these maps are huge. So if you're not using OPs, then your team's just running a great distance to wherever the combat area is. So you don't want to be doing that. And this is where using OPs and outposts, this allows your squad to spawn faster. So make sure you're putting those down as much as you can, squad leads. The other one is for the commander, and kind of working with squad leaders, is putting down garrisons. Garrisons, kind of like outposts, but they are for your entire team, okay? So these are your spawn points across the map that can be deployed. There's some limitations there, so you can kind of figure that out, but outposts are for your squads, garrisons are for your whole team, and you want to keep those on the field. This allows your team to have faster spawns. Now, the thing I would like to see changed here is some squad leaders have no idea what the heck they're doing, and I would like to have the ability to have a way to demote them. This just be a way to pull your other squad members to kind of have that squad leader just demoted or inability to be a squad leader there going forward, so they have to pick a different role as maybe an infantryman or support player or something like that. That way, if they're not fulfilling their duties as putting down outposts and stuff like that, well, it limits them, and they can no longer do that after they die or whatever. I mean, it's not good if someone in the squad leader position is not doing that role, because that is their role, that's their main purpose. And if they're not doing it, it would be great if somebody can initiate a poll to say, hey, demote the squad leader. There are different things that you can kind of do, like if you team kill too much, you will get kicked from a game. But if you're also just screwing up your team, you can have a player kicked from the team if you just submit like abuse type poll and the whole team kind of votes for it. If they get 20 votes, then they get kicked off the team, so they get kicked from the game. Basically the same kind of thing, but just for squad leaders, because if the squad leader's not doing the role, then yeah, nobody's having fun, and we're all kind of here to have fun. So it'd be great if we can get that kind of put in the game. That'd be great. The next feature I kind of like to see added to the game is, as you start a new game, if you stayed with that server, if you stayed with that team, and you had a really good fun experience with a squad, I would really like to see the ability to say, hey, invite my previous squad to my current squad. That way, we can all kind of stay together, or that kind of thing, especially when starting a new match. It's just hard if you had 5-6 players to everybody get in the same squad next time, So that would be another thing I would like to see added into the game. If there could be an automatic invite sent out to invite your previous squad members or the previous game squad members, into your current squad as you set up for a new game. Anyways, that's what I kind of want to talk about for Hell Let Loose. Hella fun, a lot of fun. So yeah, I've been meaning to get this out, but just been having a lot of fun with this game. Hopefully you have fun with this game. All the different roles are very much kind of limited to kind of their weapons and stuff like that. So not everybody can be a sniper, okay? So if you want to be a sniper, go be a sniper, but not everybody can do that. Anyways, take care.